kind of put out there on the Bitcoin blockchain. So he was saying that they would end up coming up with their own, you know, Mars blockchain for Bitcoin or mining Bitcoin on Mars. And that just made me think about you in conjunction with NASA. So I wanted to hear your thoughts on like,
Oh, yeah,
where do
yeah.
you think Bitcoin will go in the future when people start to colonize Mars? Like, will they still use the Lightning Network, or will they use like their own form of a blockchain or a time chain?
Yeah, I'm sort of somebody who is more of a proponent of robotic exploration of space than human exploration of space, because the human body is so extremely fragile that I don't think that it makes sense really in the long term for us to even be out there. So I actually am not a huge fan of human colonization of other planets or moons or whatever. But you know, if that were something to happen and they were using Bitcoin, yeah, I mean, I don't think that they would be able to mine Bitcoin on the block for, to secure the blockchain because of the time difference. It's like, I think it's 8 minutes delayed, but they could still use it. They could still use it if they wanted to. I guess they could create their own Mars Bitcoin chain. I guess. I mean, it really depends. I mean, it's such a hypothetical scenario. It's hard to know what all of the variables would be in a society like that, and what would be the benefits, the pros and cons of mining or not mining on another planet, on a chain that you can only mine on Earth. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that would work. I don't know. I mean, Satoshi said something like aliens should be able to use this, right? So I don't know. I mean, who's going to be securing the network that far away? I don't know. So yeah, but I mean, I think in general, like I do think robotic exploration is really the future of space exploration. It's just, to me, it just makes a lot more sense to send robots out there. It's our bodies evolved on this planet to live under very specific conditions. And when you study astrobiology and you look at how astronomers uh, study other planets, look for exoplanets, and what they're looking for when they're looking for habitable zones, they're called the Goldilocks zone. And there is a very specific range of parameters in which we think life like on Earth could form on these planets. And what we found from like the Kepler mission, we found that, yeah, there are a lot of sort of Earth-like planets, but there's way more Jupiter-like planets. And then it's like, what is the distance from the star? That's the other thing. Like, it's not just like, okay, we found a planet that's similar size as Earth and it's rocky like Earth, but how far away is it from its sun? And not every sun out there, not every star out there is like our star, the sun. There's, and then it's like, you know, what other planets are in that solar system, because there's theories around the role of the other planets within our own solar system, like Jupiter, for example. Jupiter, my understanding is, like, it's hypothesized that one of the reasons why a planet like the Earth has managed to survive is because the massive size of Jupiter, the location of it within our solar system, means that it often sucks in all of the dangerous stuff that could come far or closer in towards the sun, where the Earth is located. So, like comets and whatever, like all that stuff can like get sucked into a big thing like Jupiter. So there's a lot of parameters that make our ability to live here on Earth a little special. But it's not necessarily that special that there wouldn't be other life, but on other planets. But it's just, my point is, like, it, we we're we live here because we have a very unique set of parameters that make life possible. So I think sending people out to explore is not really realistic, just based on the evolutionary nature of humanity and how we've evolved. I personally don't think it's a good idea. So I'm all for, artificial intelligence and robotic exploration. Just beam back that information for us, send out those signals, make those communications with the aliens. I'm all for that. I'm a big supporter of the SETI Institute. So that's sort of my take on space exploration and the future of that.